Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. I hope you are fine. I am going to deliver my lecture on the efforts for resolving the problems. What were the guidance of the Qaid-e-Azam for the public servants when he addressed to the different communities in the Pakistan and he visited the different areas of Pakistan? First, he addressed to the civil and the military functionaries about their duties, how they can perform their duties, that they should play their role in a fair way, for doing the work for the justice, for the equality, for the balance. That all the communities of the societies should get their fundamental rights and no one is deprived from his basic rights. So to the civil and the military functions that address great task of the nation building on the October 1947. So all the people should contribute to the progress and the development of the Pakistan for the nation building. Addressed to the public servants on the March 25th, 1948, that all the public servants should play their role in a fair way, that they are the servants of the people, that they do not belong to the ruling class. What were the views of the Qaid-e-Azam about the nation confidence building? That when the Muslims migrated from India to the Pakistan, that they suffers a lot. Why they suffers a lot? Because that they are Muslim. So at the time of the migration, when they migrated from India to Pakistan, that they lost their families, that they lost their property, their assets. Now that at that time that there was the great problem of the settlement of these refugees in the Pakistan, so that there were also the negative propaganda which were launched by the Indian government for the people of the Pakistan, that the migrated people cannot settle in the Pakistan. So the Pakistan have a weak economy, and so the Pakistan have a weakness in all their fields, like in the economic, in the political, in the education. So at that time that the people have no job opportunities. But Qaid-e-Azam gave them the courage and hope. That first of all, that the Karachi was declared as the capital of Pakistan. So the Pakistan national language were declared as the Urdu. When the Qaid-e-Azam addressed to the different communities of Pakistan. So for the migration of people from India to the Pakistan, these people were in the number 6.5 million. From Pakistan to India, only the 5.5 people were migrated from Pakistan to India, but from India to Pakistan, that the 6.5 million people migrated. So there were the burden of 1 billion on the economy of the Pakistan. So for the settlement of the refugees, that the Qaid-e-Azam settled, that the Qaid-e-Azam established the Refugee Relief Fund, in which the worthy people contributed a lot. So and the few months after the establishment of the Pakistan, that the Qaid-e-Azam inaugurated the State Bank. Just to flourish the economy in the Pakistan, that he inaugurated the State Bank July 1st, 1948. Just to brought the balanced economy in the Pakistan, said that we should run our economy on the Islamic principle, that there should be no exploitation of any class in the Pakistan. So there was the establishment of the federal court. Later on, it were converted to the Supreme Court of the Pakistan, just to give the justice to the people. So what about the national solidarity and stability? Solidarity is a tool for reducing inequality and social injustice in the world. Solidarity leads to the sustainable development of people. That the solidarity is a unifying opinion, feeling, purpose, or interest among a group of people. When the Qaid-e-Azam visited different areas of Pakistan, in one of his speech, he made it clear that the Islam is the only binding force which can keep our people united. Whether Muslims lived in any area of the country, they belong to one Pakistani nation, and the Punjabis, Sindhis, Pathans, and Balochis all belong to Pakistan. So we should not divide it ourselves in the terminology of the Punjabis, Bengalis, Pathan, Balochis, and the Sindhis, to make the country that are really happy, united, and powerful. When we avoid the sentiments of the parochialism or the regionalism from the country. So we can brought a national solidarity and the stability if the people are united in Pakistan. In this way, we can brought a progress in the country. Whatever the Qaeda-ism vision about the rehabilitation of refugees, that the Qaeda-ism established the refugee relief fund for the just to give all the facilities of the life to the refugees which were migrated from India to Pakistan because they were victimized because they were the Muslim. So at that time, it was the duty of the Pakistani government just to settle all the refugees in the Pakistan, to give them all the facilities of life. So the guidance for the public servant, that the Qaeda-ism addressed the public servant that they do not belong to the ruling class, that they have to maintain the highest standard for honor, integrity, justice and fair play. If there is a unity and the integrity among the people, that they can give the progress and the development to the Pakistan. That there should be no discrimination on the basis of class, color and creed. All the Pakistanis are one, that they belong to the Pakistan, that they are one from the religious point of view because they believe on the oneness of God, that they have the complete faith on the oneness of God, the prophethood, on the Holy Quran. So that there should be unity among the people. So the fighting the regionalism and the parochialism, that what is regionalism? Regionalism is a political ideology, that the focusing on the development of a political or the social system based on one or more regions, that the social and the economic interest of a specific region or group. So we have to fight against the regionalism and the parochialism. We should not spread that the sentiments of the parochialism and the regionalism. We are proud to be known as Pakistani. We should eliminate it, the sentiments of parochialism and the regionalism. That when the Qaeda-ism addressed to the first Constituent Assembly on the 11th August 1947 in the Pakistan, so he addressed to the members of the Constituent Assembly that we should frame our constitution by giving the fundamental rights to all communities of Pakistan, whether they are in majority or in minority. So the citizens of Pakistan have equal civil rights. No one can deprive them from their basic human rights. So the parochialism and the regionalism should be avoided. That these sentiments divided the people into different groups so that they have a hatred with each other. So that they are, when the people became the biased and the prejudiced, then they cannot brought integrity and the unity in Pakistan. So what is the parochialism? That the parochialism is a limited or the narrow outlook, because especially focused on a local area, ignoring the impact of the cultural concept. People with a parochial attitude do not recognize that they have the different ways of living and the working. So the parochialism brought a lot of the disunity among the people. So what are the fundamental principles of economy? When the Qaeda-ism inaugurated the State Bank on July 1st, 1948, so he criticized the Western economic system because although the Western economic system brought a lot of the mechanization and the industrial efficiency, but they always exploited the labor class. They always exploited the lower class of the society. We should believe on our economy because our economy based on the justice, on the fair play, on the equality of the people. That the no class should be discriminated according to the Islamic point of view. All people are equal, that there is no discrimination in our Islamic system, so that there should be equality of the manhood and the social justice, that the equal opportunities should be provided to all the people of Pakistan, that there should be equal circulation of the wealth in the Pakistan, so the monopoly should be avoided, and our society should not be divided into two classes, that are into two groups, that the haves and the haves not, rich and the poor class. That if we brought the equality, social justice in the Pakistan, then we can brought a concept of the integrity in the Pakistan. So what are the guiding principle of the foreign policy? That there are the principle of the non-alignment and friendship. What is meant by the non-alignment? That the Pakistan should not interfere in the affairs of the other states of the world, because Pakistan is the member of NAM, and the NAM is an organization which is established in 1979. All the member countries of the NAM, that they cannot violate the rule of the non-interference, because by becoming the member of the non-aligned movement, that the Pakistan never interfere in the affairs of the other states of the world, that he always keep the friendship with the other nations. So all the international issues and the spirit of justice and the fair play, all the international issues should be solved according to the spirit of justice and fair play. On the international level, all the international issues are settled by the way of negotiation, by the way of mediation, so that there is a committee of nation. What is meant by the committee of nation? That the committee, an association of the nations for their mutual benefit, courtesy and friendship. Because Pakistan, when the Pakistan became the member of the United Nations in September 1947, Pakistan always maintained its cordial relation with the other nations of the world. So the Pakistan have a ties, have a relation with the Commonwealth nation. That the Commonwealth nation always resolve the problems of the member country. Then there is the issue of Palestine, Indonesia and the Kashmir. So whenever any international conference held, so the issue of the Palestine, Indonesia, and the Kashmir always that are discussed. That there is a problem of the Palestine and the Kashmir on the international level. Whenever the conference is held, and especially the OIC, Organization of Islamic Conference held, so the Palestine and the Kashmir issue always discussed. On the October 31st, 1947, that the Qaid-e-Azam addressed to the to the students that you are the real makers of Pakistan. So the Qaid-e-Azam adopted always such type of the strategy for the solution of problem. So the Qaid-e-Azam have qualities of leadership. When he became the member of the Muslim League in 1913, before that he was the member of the Indian National Congress. When you observe the biased attitude of the Hindus, so he changed his mind and he joined the Muslim League in 1913 and became the president of the Muslim League in 1934. And the Qaid-e-Azam always have a pragmatic approach, because he always deal with the things sensibly and realistically. That he never adopted a biased attitude towards the Muslim or Hindus. When he joined the Muslim League in 1913, that he adopted such type of the qualities just to become a positive leader of the Muslim. So the before joining the Qaid-e-Azam in the Muslim League, there was the feudal character of the Muslim League, because it was the party of the feudal lords. But when the Qaid-e-Azam joined the Muslim League, that he solved all the problems of the Muslims. So the Muslim League became a popular Muslim political party with the passage of time. So the Qaid-e-Azam was called the ambassador of Hindu-Muslim unity, that he adopted a protagonist, that the character, that he was the leading role in the Muslim League, and that he adopted such type of the principle, and he was a person of principle in and in such a way that he was the advocate of the political and the social program which were launched for the Muslims. So in the 1945-46 election, the member of which were elected in the election 1945-46 election, these members became these members were elected as in the Constituent Assembly of the Pakistan, when the Qaid-e-Azam addressed to 11 August 1947 to the Constituent Assembly, that to address how to frame and make a constitution for the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. So when there was the cabinet mission plan 1946, that the Qaid-e-Azam guided and supported the Muslim, that there should be a solution of the constitutional problem of both the Muslim and the Hindus although all the proposals which were sent by the British government, it were not accepted by the Muslim and the Hindus. So there were the negative role of the Hindus in the Khilafat and the Hijrat movement. So the Pakistan, that the Qaidism never wanted a theocratic state in which the priest rule. That the Qaidism always advised for making a such type of the constitution and the state, that which should be a frame, that all the constitution should be framed according to the Islamic principle, because our religion is Islam. There were also the negotiating skill of the Qaidism, that when that there were the round of the talks between the Qaidism and the Gandhi about the solution of the problem, especially the solution of the Kashmir problem, so that they always solved the dispute through the negotiation, through the mediation. When the Qaidism attended the round table conference of 1930 and the 31, that the Qaidism share his opinion about how to solve the constitutional problem of both the Muslim and the Hindus in the India. So in 1944, that on the residents of the Qaidism in Bombay, that the Qaidism held a series of talks with the Gandhi about the problems of the Muslim. So about the Kashmir problem and the good offices of the Commonwealth, there were that the good offices of the Commonwealth gave the guarantee about solution of the Kashmir problem. In May 1948, when after the creation of Pakistan, that the Karachi were declared as the federal capital. So Qaidism always advised the Muslim just to work hard for the unity, faith and discipline. That he put the golden principle, that never forget the motto, that the unity, faith and discipline. If all the Pakistani follow the unity, faith and discipline, that they can brought a progress and the integrity, the prosperity in the Pakistan. In this way, that the Pakistan that can brought a progress and development. That's all about my lecture. Thank you.